Hello and welcome to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to be talking about how your kids get frustrated when you don't listen too.
So the big question is this: how are parents like us, who don't have a manual, who are doing the best we can, who feel as though we aren't enough, how are we going to raise healthy, happy children who we are proud of and still keep our sanity in that process? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Ryan Roy, and welcome to I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, a podcast for parents who are being real with themselves.
Hello and welcome back to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to be talking about how your kids get frustrated when you don't listen too. So, what made me think of this is with a 2-year-old who is obviously learning the vocabulary of the English language for the first time ever and saying certain words that we know clear as day, such as no, Bobo, which is his pacifier, Teddy, which is his teddy bear, mommy, daddy, Christian, his brother, and plenty other words, right? Maybe I'll share this one for another episode. We went and saw Santa, and they asked my older son what he wanted for Christmas. He's like, I want a Nintendo 3DS. And Santa looked shocked, like he didn't know what that was, and just kind of funny. Then he asked the little one, what do you want for Christmas? He goes, car. He goes, oh, a car. He looks to me and he says, hey, listen, whatever you get for him, Santa, it's okay. That's what he wants. Get it for him. I'll drive it till he's old enough to drive. And Santa and I got a little kick out of that. But as he's learning to speak, some things are clear as day and other things are not. We do our best to understand what he's saying, but his words are not perfect. Perfect example, my wife bought Lucky Charms for some crazy reason. And we bought them at Costco. So we got 2 huge boxes of Lucky Charms. I don't really eat cereal. Christian eats cereal very seldom because he eats at school breakfast. He likes to ride the bus, so he likes to eat breakfast at school, so his little independence of getting on the bus and having breakfast at school is his little thing. So that's 5 days a week that we don't eat breakfast at home. And on the weekends, I like to cook them a hot breakfast, whether that's, pancakes, bacon, eggs, waffles, instead of just pouring a bowl of cereal. And, or should I say pouring a bowl of sugar. That's just my viewpoint. No judgment anywhere. Anyone who eats cereal, trust me, I've had my fair share. But, so these Lucky Charms have been lingering around the house, and we put them in a clear plastic container for storage purposes that we have for our cereals and things, and it's on the lower shelf in the pantry, and Jaden, the baby, has discovered marshmallows in the Lucky Charms. He doesn't care for the rest of them. He just cares about the Lucky Charms in the marshmallows. So he goes, and his new word is marshmallows, but it doesn't sound like marshmallows. I mean, I can't even describe what he says, but it's like marshmallow, and he mumbles it. And so anyway, my wife couldn't understand, and he gets, for lack of a better term, this is an adult show, with some kids listening, I'm sure, but he gets pissed. I mean, when you don't understand or you're not listening to him, boy, does he get mad. On the other side of that, this is just human psychology at this point, on the other side of that, when he says, I want marshmallows, and you say, oh, I'm going to get you marshmallows. Oh my God, the teddy goes flying one way, the Bobo goes flying another. He goes and gets propped up in a chair and ready for his Lucky Charms, and all he wants is the marshmallows. I mean, literally, he'll dig for the marshmallows and he'll dump the rest out wherever he's sitting. But this is about, do they get mad when you're not listening? Do you get mad at your kids when they're not listening? And if so, do you pay attention to how they react when we're not listening or understanding them? So take your time with them. Don't get as frustrated when they're not listening, because listening is a learnable skill. And it takes time, energy, effort, patience. But if they're always being scolded for not listening, they're going to clam up. And if they clam up, they're never going to become good listeners. And in order to be a good listener or teach good listening skills, we must be good listeners ourselves. So I challenge you to take your time with them and look them in the eye, and in my case, take the Bobo out and ask him, hey, what is it that you are trying to say to Daddy? Can you point to me? Can you bring me? Can you show me? And oftentimes, and I don't know if I've ever shared this, but we were out in public the other day. My wife and son went ice skating, and the baby and I were just hanging out, and he wanted me to see something, and he got behind me and just started pushing me in a direction. And people were kind of like laughing, like, oh, that's so cute. I was like, I don't understand what he's saying. So this is his way of communicating. I'm just going to where he wants to go. And he wanted to check out near the ice skating rink, the inside portion of the restaurant and bar that was there. And he just wanted to explore. There was Christmas trees and lights, and he just wanted to explore. But Dad, what's in there? Let's go. And he didn't know how to say that, so he just pushed me. But he felt heard, and he felt confident that he could communicate, and he felt empowered that I listened. I bet you feel empowered as a parent when your kids are listening to you, when you give them direction and they do it. It's like, oh wow, they just did that. I've only asked a million times and it worked. You feel good when you feel heard. So try to listen to your kids. Try to practice listening to them. And vice versa. When they listen to you, acknowledge them, praise them, thank them, because we all want a little bit more of that good feeling. We'll see you in the next episode.
Do you want to be the dad you wish you had? If so, go get my free book, Be the Dad You Wish You Had, at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com. Inside, you'll find my most effective 40 tips to quickly and easily transform yourself into the ideal dad. Go to BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com now and get it while it's free.